Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Flight 96 podcast. I'm your host, Hunter Foreman, and today I'm going to be talking to one of, if not, I guess, the man who represents the forefront of the new West battle rap movement, especially in URL. I've had Math Hoffa and Goods, you know what I'm saying, two legends, talk to me on this show, but we're going to switch gears and look towards the future of battle rap, specifically on the West Side. This guy I've known about for about a year, maybe. My first battle I ever watched or I ever seen of him was him versus Billy Boondocks. And I was like, this dude needs a PG immediately. And I figured out he already did a PG against Yak the Ripper a long time ago, before he changed his ending slogan. So I did my research, and then I finally watched him versus the Kid Clutch, and I was automatically a fan. I hit him up on social media, and we developed a good rapport with one another. And now he's finally on the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, representing Barcode, representing that URL Western Conference, and Trade Debt, NES Life, A-Hat, Cali shit, all that. Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone, Young Griz.
That was a hell of an intro.
Yeah. I did not write that. That's
okay. Yeah, that was off the top. That's impressive.
That was off the top. Real shit. That was off the top.
That's impressive. I'm impressed.
Now,
that was well done.
Now,
it was good.
Now, I want to talk to you about your career, kind of like a Young Griz highlight tape, just for a little bit. We're going to talk about battle rap, but we're also going to talk about some other stuff. But let's get right into some of my favorite performances from you. One that I really want to talk about was the Billy Boondocks battle. The best, because I think I know what you're getting at this, because yesterday I saw an interview with Billy Boondocks on Hip Hop Is Real, and he was talking about how, I guess in the Fetty battle that you just had on Initiation, the day 2 or day 1 card. Excuse me, the day 2 or day 1 card. Excuse me. Yeah. And
it's the day it's out here they do day 1, and then day 2 is the big one.
Okay. Yeah. So
they do it kind of backwards out here.
Yeah. So I saw that, and then for the third time, I went back. After I watched that interview last night, I went back and watched your battle with Billy Boondocks. And what cracked me up the whole entire time is that Billy did not take you seriously, but you was giving him them haymakers. Like, you wrote 3 rounds like you was fixing to, this battle's going to help me whether Billy takes it seriously or not. Talk to me about, how you dealt with his kind of attitude throughout the whole battle. I kind of felt it was kind of like a little disrespectful, because I was like, man, Griz is trying to just make it out here in Cali. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's battled Geechee Gotti, Ron Compton, Saint. You know what I'm saying? He's battled, the new up-and-coming talent in the West. And for him to just kind of be disrespected just a little bit against Billy Boondocks, who's made an infamous name in battle rap, what were you thinking, like, the whole entire time he was kind of doing that?
So, first off, thanks for having me.
Appreciate it, bro.
So the Billy shit, and I don't like spending too much time on that battle, because I don't want to feel like I'm continuing to beat a dead horse. Like, the battle speaks for itself as far as like what happened in the battle. Little backstory to it. Billy was upset that he felt he wasn't being compensated properly for the battle, because nobody paid him for that battle. Which is normal, because it's the Bizzle Bar Fest, and usually we come out and we are kind of known to do the Bizzle Bar Fest for the love. Most of the proceeds go to Bizzle's.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace too.
To the college fund and all of the charity work that his family does. So we send a lot of the proceeds go back to that. So a lot of us come out to do the Bar Fest for, if not for free, for a very reduced price than what we usually charge.
It's for a good cause.
And,
it's for a good cause.
Yeah, exactly. And Billy wasn't happy that he was going to not be compensated for the battle. And that was the original agreement. It stayed like that. And Billy said, okay, well, if y'all not going to pay me, I'm not writing. I'm going to show up and freestyle. So he showed up and freestyle. He did exactly what he was going to do. I figured he was going to show up and freestyle towards the end of us trying to promote a battle. And I had already prepped my shit. So he was about to stand there and try to freestyle his way out the bag. Once I had my rounds ready to go, there was no turning back from that. I wasn't gonna save material or anything. Like I had shit.
As you should.
Like tailor made for Billy.
As you should.
That battle was supposed to be something that a lot of people were looking forward to and were excited about. So I said all I could do is do my part, and hopefully Billy freestyles enough to make it freestyles well enough to make it worth the watch.
I watched all your rounds. To be honest, I skipped through Billy's because
Billy's first round is actually really entertaining.
Interesting. I'll have to go watch that because
Billy's first round is actually really, I even enjoyed Billy's first round.
What was funny about that battle is
just whatever.
Yeah. And what was funny about that is like I watched your first round. And you got to the hippies, the hippie smoke, you know what I'm saying? That bar. I was like, okay, Griz is about to just murk this dude, okay? As soon because you were leading up, and then you were leading up, and then you got to the hippie smoke. That was like, yep, okay, all right, Griz, okay, all right, Griz, let's speed this up. As soon as he, it was on your punchline shit, and like. I'm gonna kill this right now. You know what I'm saying? People always tell me every time I see in the comments that this dude, that young Griz sounds like Rum Nitty. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And I'm not saying that just because you my man, but like I don't believe that like wholeheartedly. I knew that when I watched you versus Clutch, and I hear somebody scream out, let's go, Nitty, or something like that. And I was like, he don't sound like Nitty. He doesn't. And then you proved that in the Craig Lamar battle.
You know what's funny? That was Billy.
Are you serious? That was Billy? That's hilarious.
100% dead serious. That was Billy.
That was funny. That was crazy. And you know what's funny? We gonna bring it full circle in a minute. We gonna bring full circle in a minute. When I watch, I want to talk about Clutch. The Clutch battle. Oh, first of all, and I told you this, that was one of the best West Coast PGs I've ever seen. I truly believe that. Like you was crazy your first two rounds, and then you took it like all three rounds, all three of your rounds were crazy. But Clutch's, I think, second round was like, yo, okay, we got a battle. Like Clutch's second round was crazy when he went into the Billy Boondock, some your cousin gonna drop nothing, and I was like,
no matter how hard you try, cousin gonna drop nothing.
Yeah, I was like, okay, Clutch is trying to fight you.
He had himself on that battle. That was young. We both. Me and Clutch is a dude that. On the come up for me, one of the guys out here who co-signed, and helped get me in front of some of the people that that were kind of help push me to where my popularity started getting up. My first matter of fact, my first Dizzle Bar Fest was me that I headlined with me Shy Dog, and that battle was. Pretty much Clutch is doing. Like Clutch called Shy Dog and set the battle up. So like Clutch is somebody who always looked out. So when they told me that we were going to be battling on a PG, he had a PG before that and took a little shot at me. So when they hit me up and said, "Yeah, you be Clutch," I said, "Okay, it makes sense." And I got nothing but respect for Clutch. So I know if I fuck around in there, and especially in Cali, like Clutch is out here in LA, Clutch is a popular cat. So, we had to go in there and really go crazy. Like I know I had to go crazy, or he was going to fucking me up. So I'm glad it turned out the way it did, and I I agree with you. I think it is one of the best West Coast PGs. You can't tell me no different.
Exactly. I watched that. I remember, and I'm gonna paint you a picture. It was I want to say that battle came out on like a Thursday or maybe a Wednesday. It came out during the week. And
you know how they do those. You know how the West Coast PGs drop, man. We drop it between between the important battles. They drop a West Coast PG on. They want to drop Summer Madness battle Monday, West Coast PG on Thursday, and then the next Tuesday it'd be fucking. Who did we battle? Who did we drop next to?
After you and Clutch was you and like
Hollow and was it the Hollow? When was Hollow and J-Rock?
That was like September, October-ish. Like it was like I remember that because I remember I had college that day.
One of my joints, I never. It's either the Clutch battle or the Craig battle dropped like 2 days after Hollow and J-Rock. We were like the battle. I think it went Hollow and J-Rock, or maybe a week after. It went Hollow and J-Rock, and then Diddy and Trez, and then Mind Shit.
You dropped October 20th, 2017.
I be all the way fucked. Yeah.
You guys dropped October 20th, 2017.
Okay.
So I remember that day.
Right. I'm trying to think what's the shit that dropped.
I think you're right. It was Hollow and Tay-Rock that was right around the time that you guys dropped.
I got my fucking shit up while we talking. I'm about to find the drop order right now.
Okay.
Keep on going. I'm about to add an answer for us right now because I got my YouTube clips up. I was just watching Geechee and Smoov shit that just dropped.
Okay. So basically, I'm gonna paint you a picture, guys. It's October 20th. You know what I'm saying? I think that was like a Thursday, maybe a Thursday, maybe a Friday. It was the middle of the week. I had just gotten off work, and I'm chilling at the crib. My parents are talking to their neighbors. You know what I'm saying? They're hanging out, and I'm just sitting here just going over some homework. And like I just like, you know what I'm saying, remodeled my whole room to make sure it looks, you know what I'm saying, the way I want it to be. And I fixed my TV, and the first thing, you know, after the whole like me just kind of, you know, fixing the bed, you know what I'm saying, putting back the TV where it needed to be. First thing that I look at, you know, was URL dropped a new battle, and it was a West Coast battle. And I was like, and it was off the Survivor Series card because I had watched Geechee and Gluezy and Stewie and Reaper. And I was watching, and I just saw it, and I was like, the Kid Clutch versus Young Griz. Okay, I've heard of Young Griz before, but let me see what Clutch is about. So I click on it, and I'm sitting there, and as soon as you did the engine clutch a split bar, I was like, okay, what are we doing here? And then you kept going, and I was like, okay, like, what? And then Clutch goes with his second round, and then you do, and what was funny is that the bar that made me a very big fan of yours was, to me, the funniest one, which was the I've been killing you all battle, easy kill, the tomb been the same all battle, Reaper. I was like, I paused, I left my room. I got paused, and I was like, bro, that was crazy because Reaper really be rapping at the same tone.
That was definitely because Reaper was battling Stewie that night, and he was going to be in the building, and I was like, okay, I gotta take a shot at somebody from these New York niggas, and it worked. It worked. That's how you close the round down.
That was hilarious.
That third round, man, like, it meant the world to me because it was the first time I really got to bring up the shit with my baby mom in the middle, you know, in front of that type of crowd, in front of that many people. So
yeah, that hit home.
Everything, including that, plus the funny shit, plus the bars, like everything in that round just felt like it's like I couldn't miss.
One bar I kept repeating around the house was in your first round was the tuck a plain mill, gefilte fish. I was like, yo. I was like, come on, son. Like, And then
that battle got a lot of my favorite material of mine is in that battle.
That's my favorite Griz. That's my favorite Griz. Like I told you this. Like I watched you versus Craig, and I went back and told you. I said that's like you versus Clutch is still my favorite performance of you. Like you were like
a lot of people. I get. That's usually the two. One or the other. Like they'll say the clutch battle. So and the clutch battle just felt it's the clutch battle was for us. So like that was the vibe was different because you get two guys who from this like new wave of West Coast cats that's been grinding over the last couple of years out here for us to be able to get that type of platform. Like out here a lot of cats out here say that's the issue.
Yeah,
so,
it's different. Like and this leads me into one of the questions I have written down. You've been battling on the West, and now you I believe just started battling on the East. You know what I'm saying? You had the Bangs We Go Hard battle. You had Sim Flea on Coliseum Battle League. I want to say there was a third one that you battled on the East.
The other East Coast done was I battled Rob.
Yes, in DMV. Yes, and you battled him in the DMV.
Yeah.
Could you explain to the people what you think is the difference on battling on the East versus battling on the West? Besides home field advantage.
So, I think that what the fans enjoy is a little different. Where a lot of people get lost in trying to find out how to work both crowds is they try too hard to appease to the crowd. Like at the end of the day, if what you do is working and it got you booked in a whole nother region of the country, then go do that. Like go be you at the end of the day. Yeah, the West Coast crowd they like rapping a little bit more.
Absolutely, I've seen that.
Like
they like Barfus. They like Barfus.
The rhythm, you got to have a little more rhythm, a little more bounce, a little more cadence to your shit. And out on the East Coast, they like a little more. Up in the East Coast, up in like New York, they like the creative wordplay a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little more prone to they'll let you get away with not being the best rapper if you got really great ideas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And down in Virginia, their stuff, they like it a little more easy to digest. So they're a little more into performance stuff. You can sell it to them. They like it.
I like the DMV crowd.
You can tell the difference in the crowd. You can tell the difference in the crowd, but at the end of the day, if you nice, you nice.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what I like about battle. That's what I like about battles.
If you know you're nice, you know these battles are going on YouTube. Show up, do what you do. Just be on 10 and let the cards fall the way they fall. This crowd, they're gonna respect you more for showing up and being you on 10 than trying to show up in Florida and do a bunch of bars about the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They don't want to hear that shit all day long. They want you to go up there and be you.
Let me tell you, man. When I was in Houston, when I went out to Gnome 8, right? That was and I've talked about this a lot. It was a crazy experience. But when we were in the crowd, you won't believe how many when Tech did the wanna be a ball, when he did that and the crowd was going crazy, that was the only time you could get away with a Houston reference, right? You can get away with a Texas reference. And after that, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I think Clips had a couple of Houston references. Tay Rock had a Houston Rocket scheme. After a while, you can get away with probably one or two. This is just speaking for Houston. This is just speaking for Houston. You could probably get away with one or two.
Everywhere, little nuances. If you're doing a card like no, right?
Yes.
You got a bunch of battle rappers who are not from Houston.
Absolutely.
They're not from there. So what is to them, Houston references are brand new. But you gotta know, if you're battling fit, if you're the main event on a Houston card with a bunch of guys away from Houston, they're all gonna have surface Houston references
Exactly.
all night long.
Exactly.
All night long.
Exactly.
So like when we had when Griz and Geechee battle out here, right?
Yes.
Geechee battle
at the Grisington Theater. At the Grisington Theater.
By the way, in fact. Glue and Reaper are really the only two out of towners on the card.
Absolutely.
Maybe there was maybe one or two guys from, I think somebody from Denver was on the card. Maybe Capital didn't make the battle, so he wasn't. There was nobody else really who was from out of town.
Yeah.
So by the time we get to them,
wasn't Pharaoh supposed to be on that card too?
All right, cool. We haven't heard Cali bars all night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We haven't heard anything. We haven't heard any Indian Roscoe chicken and waffle bars. We haven't heard any of that up until they come up. So now we cool with it.
Yeah.
You're good. You can do California references and get away with it. Be fine with it. It's no big deal. But if they would have been first and then the main event come up on stage and another nigga doing a Lakers scheme,
yes.
Come on.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I mean?
We've been hearing it all night. You
can't show up and just exactly. You can't show up and just be pandering to the crowd. Like come in, show up and do you. So there is a difference with the crowd. The crowds are different. It's 100% fact.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, if you nice and you show up, you prepared, and you sell it, niggas are fucked.
Absolutely, I believe that. Like when I was what was crazy is that my older brother came with me, and he after the event we were talking to Charlie Clips, and my brother was like, yeah, bro, he had about my brother was counting all the Houston references. He said there was about 23, and I was like, and Clips just looks at him and says, what? He was just he points to, I forgot who he grabbed. He grabbed somebody and was like, bro, this dude could tell you how many Houston references was the whole night. He was paying attention the whole night. When I was on stage for Loso versus Scotty, and when Scotty went into his, his Texas, his first couple of bars in his first round, he went into they had where he was talking about how he needed to be the main event on a URL Texas card. Yo, the energy, in the wow, they really love Scotty out there. They really love Loso out there too. Loso's loved all over the world, but they love Scotty out there.
They're supposed to love Scotty. You know what I'm saying? And see, Scotty goes out there and does Houston references. All right, cool. He's from Houston.
Yeah.
And his references are gonna be, a step deeper than everybody else's because he knows Texas.
Yep, absolutely.
He knows Texas. He knows the inner workings better than what these other niggas do. They're gonna do, the Clint Capella flips. Okay, well, that's different from, this nigga flipping games to the corner stores that everybody goes to.
Yes.
So it's different. Him doing it is fine. But you gotta know, Scotty's going first. All right, cool. The Texas shit, out the door. Going away.
Yeah.
Go away. Go the shit away.
But when
if you're not going second, throw it away.
Yeah. When Loso did the Mike Jones tipping on fofos, I was like, I knew where he was going. I knew when he did the 281-330-8004 thing. I was like, okay, he's going into a Mike Jones scheme. But we just heard him doing the whole Texas thing. Scotty, I want to say that was in Loso's second round. I think so. But when he went into that, I was like, he did the 281-330-8004, and then they did the Who, Mike Jones, and then still tipping on. I was like, and the crowd went erupted. I was like, okay, this is the first battle. Houston references are still gonna slip in.
Exactly. Early in the night, you can do pretty much whatever the fuck you want when you battle first and second on your card.
That's why I hate watching.
Be good and just be good. Just be good. And the Houston shit, that's gonna hit in Houston. It's the first fucking URL event out there. They're hyped. Niggas is hyped about it. the Houston shit somebody's gotta say it, but you gotta know, like, if I'm going last, you better have the best Houston flip in the fucking world.
Yes, absolutely.
Yours gotta be better than everybody else if you're going last. Because once Loso does the tipping on 4-4 shit, now whose flip is gonna be better than him?
Nitty had a screwed up click. Nitty had a screwed up click bar that was actually really hard, and that got away too.
See?
That was.
He'll get a reaction. It gotta be crazy. All the other 13 Houston references out. You can't follow the tipping on 4-4 shit with that. It's not gonna work.
Rocking the crowd. Let's get back to you, and I want to talk about the Cali Smoov.
I get space at it.
Oh, you good? You good, man. I want to talk about what I think is, while I think your best performance still was against Clutch, but when I talk about this battle, I'm talking about from an overall standpoint. I'm talking about both of you guys did amazing and better than anybody wanted you to do, and that's you versus Cali Smoov. You versus Cali Smoov was like watching a guy from college that you had been like one of your favorite basketball players from college, right? Watching him have his first like fight, or actually, matter of fact, that's a bad analogy. That's like watching one of your favorite MMA fighters that you've watched since he started. You know what I'm saying? Since he started his fight career, and then him finally getting that crazy back and forth punch fest, that back and forth like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to fight this round. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to fight this round. I'm going to have to fight all 3 rounds. That was like watching, like maybe a good analogy would be the 2 top rookies in the NBA. One of them's kind of, Cali's, I wouldn't say he's a rookie. He's kind of a Cali vet. But like, basically.
Kelly's like the Ben Simmons a rookie.
Yes.
He's been a rookie for
like
I'm fucking with you. I'm not going to play funny.
So
that was I feel you. Yeah,
that was a crazy battle.
Like a lot of this shit was dope about like the attention that I'm starting to get. Right, there's a lot of the battles that are getting attention are really the battles that we're doing over here for us.
Yes, that battle was for that battle was for LA.
Me and Billy, me and Smoov, even all the way back to like me and Geechee. Like, yeah,
you and Geechee was crazy.
That was me and Geechee before we weren't even good yet.
Yeah, that's what was crazy is that
we weren't either one of us were even good yet. Like,
y'all have a different style now. Y'all got different styles now. Like
exactly.
That Geechee battle, Geechee's different. You rap different.
I watch that battle now, it's like we sound totally different. And even watching it back, it's like it's still a good battle.
Absolutely.
Still a good battle.
That was IE versus Compton, Inland Empire versus Compton.
Exactly, and it's like all these battles that we've been having out here has been just us getting in there with each other and just trying to be entertaining on stage, and it's dope that like the battles that now we're getting attention, everything aside from the Craig Lamar battle.
Yes.
Everything else has been battles that they booked, knowing that it was for us. It's just the battles that we wanted to see out here. We've been going back and forth.
I'm guessing for a while.
Like a year and a half.
I was going to say for a good while. I want to say.
Yeah, the back and forth was lit for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And we had some like interviews on like the media outlets out here, and the back and forth on social media, and it was something that everybody out here had been asking for a long time. And when Smoov got back and went on a little bit of a run, and it picked the narrative back up, it was like these battles like that, we doing them out here for us. It's not even like the attention is being paid all over the place, but it's really us just building it from within. And we get to see these niggas out from New York and other regions hitting us up like, oh, yo, this battle's fire.
Facts. Absolutely.
Like, it's dope to me that we built a lot of this from the shit we do internally. Yeah, we all want to battle niggas from outside. Like, all of us want to do.
You want to battle our streets, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We see a lot of, you know what I'm saying? These are the niggas we see at events. And like there's a battle rap event tonight in Riverside that probably 5 or 6 of us are gonna be at. These are the niggas we chill with, smoke weed with. So like we want to battle guys outside the area, but we know when it is time when it's time for us to battle the other local niggas, like we got to put on.
Which is what you need to do.
The battles that have really built us out here have been the battles with each other.
Now let me ask you this from an honest standpoint. When I think that the West specifically, not just URL, but just the West Coast as a whole, the battle scene has like reached a new height. And I don't know what that has came from, whether it's, guys like Danny stepping up, guys like Nitty stepping up, guys like you, guys like Geechee, guys like what was the guy that I watched yesterday? Ron Compton. Guys like y'all like putting on for the culture, and I want to say keeping the politics out of it is what I'm seeing. Y'all are keeping the politics out of it, and if y'all want to see like if y'all want to see Cali Smoov versus Young Griz, guess what? They made it happen. You know what I'm saying? You guys got what I like to call, y'all got the URL YouTube password now. That's what y'all have now, essentially. That's what y'all have. Like y'all got the URL main channel password. So now y'all can have these amazing events on the West Coast, and it still means something like it was on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I think a lot of it is my fault because I've been fucking shit up.
Talk your shit, Griz. Talk your shit.
I mean, who been on the channel more than Griz over the last 6 months? I mean, whatever. When I go
Spot, I've seen the Spot on URL and We Go Hard.
I've been everywhere.
I've seen him everywhere. He's been battling all over the place.
Since the clutch battle, if we did the stat check, right?
Yeah.
And we said, okay, since the clutch battle dropped, who been on URL the most?
You.
I gotta be like, if I'm not chasing Twerk, it's close.
Okay.
It's close.
Let me say something about Twerk. Because he was when I was on stage in Houston, this is
not me to say that I'm on the level of Twerk. I think Twerk is a fucking superstar. He's probably the face of the brand. But I'm just talking. Let's count stats.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If we counting drops,
yes.
Been on the channel.
You've had you versus Smoov.
The numbers close.
You versus Smoov.
Because this next one will be my fourth.
Okay.
In about 7 months. 8 months.
Are we counting the Prophet, or are we just counting strictly West Coast?
Prophet too. Just drop on the URL channel. Not counting the other channels either. If you count the other work, then it's different too. But just on URL. Since the clutch battle dropped.
Clutch.
Say Griz been here, clutch against Craig, against Prophet, against Smoov, and then now the Fetty battle looks like it's gonna drop too.
5th. And so it'll be your 5th drop.
So that's 5 in less than a year.
That's ridiculous. Like, you gotta think, like, KG must really like you for you to be dropping all these battles. Like, you must be giving.
KG makes me work for this, man. KG be putting these dudes up.
And
knows I gotta go in here and cook. He knows I'm ready. He knows this. I want it. Like, I'm gonna show up. He knows I'm gonna show up with three rounds.
Absolutely.
So, I know when it's big game day, he knows I'm gonna show up to rock. But KG has definitely been one of the dudes who's been, the cosign from him has been helpful. Definitely.
Absolutely, I can see that. KG has revitalized everybody over there. Like, I feel like ever since KG kind of took over, the West Coast, URL aspect, I feel like everybody wants to battle in the West now. Like, even East Coast dudes want to come. Like, I want to come out to Traffic. Like, what's up? Traffic 4, what's good?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course they want to come out here and get some of this weather and this week. Women, man, they want to come out here.
I want to come out there. I want to come out there.
It's lovely, man. It's lovely all the time.
I want to come out there.
107 rows, 117 degrees in LA for initiation week?
It was 100. I want to say it was 102 earlier today.
That's fucking stupid. 100. It was dead ass on my fucking phone. Check the temperature. 117. It was like 115, 117 all weekend.
Yeah, man, y'all just be wearing tanks all the time.
Barely anybody who came out here from out of town was complaining about the weather. They were saying it was hot in the venue, but nobody was complaining about it being stupid hot.
That's
because who cares? They just want to come to Cali. They just want to be out here and smoke weed. They were too high to complain.
You come out to Texas, man, and me especially if you would have came out to Houston. Houston was humid. Houston, that's the thing. Like Cali's probably hot, but you get some cool breezes after a while. But like when you come to Houston,
I've heard that the heat out there is different.
Whew, it's different, son. It's different. Like
it's like a gas chamber out there.
Bro, yeah. Listen. I don't know how my brother got like 3 waters when we was on stage because knowing battle rap events, if you ain't a battle rapper, you better and you trying to take some water, like you have to run the fade a little bit. But my brother, like we were on stage, and what was surreal about that is that John was on my left and Griz was like right on the right, and I'm just sitting here as a battle fan with my Cave Dot shirt on, like. This is crazy. Like, and then all of a sudden, my brother just hands me like 3 waters, and I'm like, "How the did you get this?" He's like, "Bro, it's hot. I had to, bro. I had to. It was hot." Like, everybody had towels. Like, what was crazy is that I left my towel in my hotel. And I was so mad at myself. Like, I was like, "Damn, I should have brought this because I would have been, like." So, but yeah, it's a different heat out here, man. It's a different heat out here. Like, you come out here. You'll be like, oh, this ain't Cali. This ain't Cali weather. This ain't Cali weather. But as soon as you feel that humidity, you're going to be like, okay, I need to go inside. Like, for real. Like, we need to be inside. We need to do something. Like, when I got inside and we were on stage and stuff and Math was over, Math had been selling, we had helped Math basically sell CDs throughout the whole line. And the line was wrapped around the block. So, we was helping him, and the funniest thing was that even Math was like, "Damn, bro, I can't even find a fucking towel." Like, and I'm like, "Bro, you're from New York. Like, you probably wear hoodies all the time. Like, you could wear hoodies every day in New York, even when it's summer. Like, come on, son. Like, this Texas, you ain't like. I think it was probably like 98, 99. You know what I'm saying? Down on that day, and it was like, bro, like, come on, like, you can't be complaining about you from Brooklyn.
New York hot is a little different too. New York hot got that same. When it is hot in New York, it's that muggy, thick hot. Like, bro, it's like you step outside and it's like 85 degrees, but you're outside for 2 minutes and you're dripping sweat. It's like real, it's nasty like that.
It's crazy. Like, whenever I do come out to Cali, first of all, I'm definitely hitting you up, seeing where you pull it up on you, seeing where that's
absolutely.
When I do that, I got a buddy out there named Kent Money who's from IE, I believe, has worked with dudes who basically ran around with Audio Push and did the whole Surf Club thing. He worked with Frank Ocean, Ty Dolla $ign, Big Crit, all of them. He's a homie of mine, and that's 2 people I gotta go see in Cali. And I've always wanted to go to Cali. What's crazy is that I've lived in Texas basically since I was maybe 4 or 5 years old, and I've been almost everywhere on the East Coast. Everywhere on the East Coast except New York and everything in the north and the Northeast. Like, it's like the highest I've been is to Pennsylvania. I got family up there, but what's crazy is, and you about to be like, what? I have never been on the West Coast of this country. 0. Not 1 foot of mine has touched the West Coast of this country. Not even Vegas.
It's out, man. It's nice out here. I warn everybody, like, when you come out here, take the time. Don't fall in love with it too much.
Because you're going to want to move out there when you come out there.
My mom came out here to visit. My mom came out here one time. She was like, all right, well, guess we live in California now.
it's different. I heard it's a different energy out there, and I would love to get a chance to experience that. I am one of these days. I'm gonna come out to an event. Hopefully, if you know what I'm saying.
Definitely dope out here. And since you're a battle rap fan, your battle rap is kind of popping out here.
Exactly. So I'll be able to fit right in. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you'll be right in the mix.
So but last performance I want to talk to you about is the Craig Lamar battle. We talked about that just a little bit, but we haven't dove deep into it. Now
that's my favorite battle.
Now when I saw the card, because like I said, me and you got to become homies through social media, and I had been every time I saw your name on a flyer, you were gonna be expect like, all right, Hunter's about to hit me and I'm gonna see what he thinks about this. Now when I heard you versus Craig got announced, I believe the first thing I said was, why is Craig battling you, but what's the disrespect because he's got Holmesy on Survivor Series? That's what was bothering me.
All right, so I'll give the I don't want to give too much insight because I wasn't inside of that whole situation. I'll give kind of what my understanding of what happened with the Craig battle. That battle was supposed to be me and Smoov.
Okay.
Smoov ended up taking he had another battle booked for King of the Dot around the same time.
I forgot.
So
I forgot who it was.
He couldn't do the battle with me.
I forgot
who
it was.
That took me off the card.
Oh, damn.
I was off of traffic, but they wanted me on traffic, so they scrambled around a little bit. Somebody else's name that I can't remember was thrown at me too. Why am I having like a brain fart? Who else was?
Is it who I think it
somebody
is?
Else. They threw another name at me, and then shortly after that, they said, "Hey, what about you and Craig Lamar?"
And you said,
"The quiet as it's kept. This is like another little inside. I'm giving you exclusive shit."
Yeah. Flight 96. You know how we do.
Me and Craig were talking about battling for a smaller league out here already.
Ahad possibly.
We were actually going to battle on Shots Fired.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know if they had locked Craig in. We didn't have a date and everything set or anything. They had already reached out. It's kind of like the dealer had to put out. They reached out to Craig. Craig said he was interested. They reached out to me. I said I was interested. We weren't prepping anything. It wasn't like the battle was set in stone or anything. But the idea had already flown around. So when KG hit me and was like, "Hey, what about you and Craig?" I said, "Okay, that works. That works. I already have kind of ideas of what I was going to do. I don't have anything written, but that works. I can do that." So that battle wasn't supposed to be booked. Craig took that battle after he had already agreed to battle.
Okay, I think I remember you telling me that. The
Holmesy battle was already set up, to my knowledge. He had already lined up with Holmesy.
Okay.
So he took me to be able to come out here and battle on track, to be able to come to Cali and do an extra URL battle. So he got a second. It's like he had 2 URL battles lined up. He already got the ball rolling for his URL run.
Okay.
And, quiet as it kept at the time, I was still looked at as easy money.
Little did they know.
I was supposed to die in that.
Little did they know.
So he gets to come out here. He gets to have a decent battle. Niggas know that I'm not gonna fuck the battle up. We're gonna drop. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get us on the page. And so he took the bat. So he took it almost like a fill-in so that I could be on the card.
Shout out to Craig for that.
Shout out to Craig for coming out, and he came out here seriously, rolled out here solo. He flew out.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
To go stand in the middle of the Grizzlies theater with me. Like, and in that room after you had just seen what that crowd rocks with me regardless.
That's your house. So, that's almost your house. That's close to being your house.
And I mean, it wasn't that until after the crackdown. So I'll give him that. But
you and Stewie need to be in the Grizzington Theater. Now I understand.
Here y'all, man. Why you doing this?
Okay, no. Listen.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pin in that. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to Art Streets.
You bring it up a lot of things. So Craig took that as it was supposed to be me and Smoov. That battle got dubbed, and Craig took the battle, and that's why it ended up being Craig. And that's part of why a lot of the shit was, why are you doing? Why is Craig doing a PG?
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I asked you.
Yeah, everybody wanted to know why Craig was doing a PG, and that was this was going to be Craig's official debut on the card, on URL. But they make everybody do a PG, unless you're fucking Sharon. Like, you have to be a superstar.
Or was Nitty and Steams a PG? I don't think that was a PG.
Nitty and Steams was a one-off.
That was Nitty's first battle in URL, though.
That was Nitty's first battle in URL. The rules were a little different 3-4 years ago. I want to say that was now. Is it 4 years now for that battle? So, I mean, the way they did business was a little different. It was a little different. So, now they're a little more strict with how they throw around those PG letters. And honestly, like, if you really, like, I was in the in crowd too of the people who like cared whether they called it a PG or not.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's like, what's the only real difference? I mean, is I guess it's supposed to be the pay, but I mean, if you teach the fire and they utilize you a little bit, then does it really matter?
Yeah, like when
Loso
was
my battle's gonna do 100,000 more views because you take the PG off of them? Probably not.
It's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. It's like a cool kid thing. Oh, you're a PG. You know what I'm saying? You got the PG thing on your video. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
What's almost worse. Like what's worse? Because I hear more jokes about the guys who get stuck in the one-offs than the guys who get stuck doing PG.
Okay, the thing is that I think a one-off is a better look, because a one-off basically says, like, you're better than the P. It's like, I understand. I know the ladder. You know what I'm saying? I know the ladder it is. It's PG or whatever, tryouts, whatever. PGs, one-off, like or Survivor Series, Born Legacy, and then the main stage battles after Born Legacy. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
guys, like, they've kind of made, this is now compared to 3 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, now the ladder is kind of public. But now you go, okay, either this type of guy. You see one off, you go, okay, that's this type of guy. Where before it really was a lot less of a, like, the difference wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Because the PGs was the cool thing to do, like, 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
All the battles of the year, it feels like every year going into, like, last year, were PG.
Give me some examples. Give me some examples to refresh my memory of, like, what battles of the year were PG.
JC and Chilla.
JC and Chilla was a one-off. JC and Chilla was a one-off. That wasn't PG. That was a one-off. That was not a PG. That was a one-off. B Magic and Clean Paper was a
Joe Nye and Gutta.
That was a PG. That was a PG.
Definitely a PG.
What was crazy about the Chilla in
absolutely crazy.
Yes.
You're right. JC and Chilla was they deemed it a one-off, even though in theory it was a fucking PG because they had never been on the channel.
Like Rum Nitty and Danny was supposed to be a GZ, a King of the Ground Zero battle, but that made it to the main page and it wasn't looked upon as a GZ. It was just a battle that happened.
That's another good example of a battle that got booked to be the tryout battle, and then it ends up being, a battle that stands up.
Yeah, and that's
a lot of these guys that are, most of the guys that are hot now are from that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like most of the roster now are the guys that did PG.
Facts.
So,
absolutely.
As much as you can, this is Geechee, Glue, Twerk, Griz, T-Top.
Geechee's PG was
down the line.
Him versus Hemi was his PG, correct?
Geechee did 2 PGs.
Oh, yeah, he went to New York and battled T.Y. Yeah. He went to New York and battled T.Y. Yeah.
But the one that dropped, him and Hemi dropped. So he's got a PG on the channel. Most of the guys who are on the roster right now have a PG on the URL channel.
Twerk did a PG. Let's just get that out of the. Twerk did a PG. It was versus Dougie.
He did a PG on a main stage card.
Born Legacy.
Him and Dougie was a PG.
Yes, him and Dougie was a PG, and I need people to understand that because people were always saying
franchise. Same way I want to say Franchise and Joe was like labeled a PG, but they as a lead in for the card. I want to say they labeled it a PG.
It wasn't labeled as a PG on the channel. It wasn't labeled as a PG on the channel. I wanted Joe did a PG, and I want to say
Joe did 2 PG.
No, because because I think
or was it after,
Joe did 2 PGs. Joe did 2 PGs.
To the franchise battle.
Joe did 2 PGs versus Dougie and versus Holmesy. And Holmesy, yes.
Right,
Holmesy
was the first one.
Yes, Dougie was the first one for Joe. Yes.
That dropped from him and Moon and him and Joe.
Yes. And
so all these guys that we look at now and go, okay, this is the URL guys now.
Yes.
A big chunk of them, outside of the guys that have been around forever, all the newer guys, all did PG.
Yes.
So to look at a PG and go, you're doing another PG, it's like, all right, well, yeah, I want to get up out of here, and the goal is to get up to those bigger cards.
Yeah, because I know you want to be on traffic.
That are hot now.
I know you want to be on.
Yeah, I'm over it. But all these guys, all these other guys, they're all from this, so you can't downplay it too much because it's like this PG process. However you want to spin it and say that it's negative and you still. It
has its ups and downs. That's what I've done my research on. It has its ups and downs. Yeah. Because I've seen.
You got to remember too. We're not a lot of these guys that graduate from the PG, right? They do PGs and they graduate. The guys that are making the decision on who gets out got to see you live.
Yes.
You don't live over there.
Yes.
So who makes the call? We gotta almost have to make the call blind without getting to see us in person. You gotta do it just off what they see on camera.
Yes, absolutely.
So we can't just sit and wait for them to come back out to Cali. So what do we do? In the meantime, we do the cards that are out here.
Yes, absolutely.
And just drop on and just put out great performances, drop on the channel, and then we let the fans. The way that I look at it is, regardless of how many I do, the fans are asking to be on the bigger cards.
Absolutely.
And I've done my job.
I've advocated for you a lot on social media. I've advocated for you to even be on Initiation. I advocated for you to be on Traffic 3. You know these to be facts.
That's a fact. And it's not like, along with you, there are, other fans that constantly post, whenever they see a battle, like, yo, why is he still not there? They do the same thing for Stewie. They do the same thing for Smoov.
What makes me mad
for a lot of these guys, they see it, they go, why are these guys still not on those bigger cards? That's all we can do is just make it to where the fans are making it where you don't have a choice.
Yes, absolutely. The fans will speak for you. The fans will speak for you. And if you let them speak for you, and you let them, you know what I'm saying, you do your work, and you let the fans speak for you, and you don't try to politic and just kind of get the plates that you're dealt. And I think you'll be successful. And that's what I think you do with in life. Period. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a rapper, whether you're a producer, I believe that if you let your the conversation
just got deep. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, like if this is what we do, man. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, like if you let your people who support you kind of speak for you at sometimes, the higher ups and the certain people who are in certain places, who dictate whether you get a shot, whether you get that big look, whether you get booked for that show, whether you get signed to that recording deal, whether you know what I'm saying, get a call from Podcast One or something like that. I just did that for my instances because that's where I want this podcast to go. But you know what I'm saying, like,
right. Well done.
Yeah, and
little speaking into existence. I think that.
Yeah, like, and I was just talking to one of my best friends.
But no, that's exactly what it is. It's like, especially in these in what we do, where it's entertainment. It's like, at the end of the day, even guys that even if they don't buy into it, if the guys that are the higher ups don't believe it, they don't see it, but everybody's telling them, yo, this is it.
Yeah.
Where you need, this is the direction you need to be going in. They'll give that person the opportunity eventually, and when they do, sometimes if it's just undeniable, it's undeniable.
Absolutely.
Like all I can do on my end is get on these stages and rap.
That's and the fans will speak for you.
So when these battles drop, that's all you see in the comments, all you see in the feedback is, you know, why is this guy not this? Why is this guy not that?
What I need to say. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say was is that they need to bring back the Survivor Series to where it originated from. I understand that they got a crowd in DMV. I understand they do that. You know what I'm saying? But I wanna see Survivor Series make its return back to LA, where it originated from. I have a fantasy card booked in my head, which we're gonna wait until the end of this, you know, a little bit later when we talk about Stewie, when we talk about our streets. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that, and I want to get your opinions on this fantasy card for the return of the Survivor Series to LA. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to get your opinion on. But back to what we were talking about. Yeah, you see people in the comments talking about like, yo, Clutch needs this look, Griz versus this person. You know what I'm saying? We need to see this on him on this. We need to see him on a Born Legacy. That's what it is. Like, I feel like if the best attitude to go into the PGs is this, or in trying to get into the URL is this, if you just show up with 3 of your best rounds, whoever it's against, like, and you just really give it everything that you have, your hard work will speak for itself. You are the embodiment of that. Like, when I got noticed of you when I watched you versus Billy. And then I watched you versus Clutch, and then I watched you versus, and then I figured out that you did another PG versus Yak. Shout out to Yak, barcode shit. And I was like, yo, Griz was a completely different person back when he battled Yak. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was different. And you I felt like after that battle, you kind of sat down and was like, all right, we need to switch a little bit of things up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you was able to get, you know what I'm saying, you went and you battled everybody that you battled after Yak was kind of like you building yourself back up to get back to where you need to be. And where you are now, you're, like I said, almost 5 drops in on URL. And I don't see you as a shit talker. I rarely see you do interviews. I think the last interview that I saw was after you versus Clutch. And that was just to say, like, you said on camera, that was one of the best West PGs. You kind of let your work speak for itself. You know what I'm saying?
And I talk my shit on like social media and shit, but for the most part, it's like, I don't even want to talk to these niggas before I get in the ring with you. I don't want to talk to you. Me and Smoov talked, and it led to a no battle, so maybe I should talk more. But maybe I should do it more. But I mean, it's not even the case of that. It's just when I take these battles like I take the preparation for the 3 rounds that I have seriously. So I do kind of go into I'll do the promo for a little bit, and then that last kind of like month leading into the battle, you see like you don't see me on social media quite as much.
Mm-hmm.
See me kind of not showing face quite as much. I still talk to my folks. I'm still accessible. Not like my phone is off, but you know I lock down Dungeon a little bit because now it's getting everything. So every performance has to be right.
Absolutely.
It has to be like my performance has to be right. And now that I've had a couple of good performances, now it's expected.
Yes.
So before I was getting away with it. I could get away with a decent performance because they expected me to be good. Now it's like, nah, bro, we see what you do in these big battles. I can't show up to battle somebody in like one of these smaller local leagues and be half-assing, because then they'll say, "Oh, look, there goes Griz half-assing."
Yes, absolutely, and that's just not a good look.
I have to treat every battle that I take like it's important.
Yes.
And in reality, like to me, I'm still a fan. I'm still a fan at the end of the day, so I still love this shit. So
absolutely,
I really do take every battle. Like it needs them. I really show up and I want to fuck you up every battle. So, and that's a mindset that a lot of niggas just don't have. Sadly, they just don't. They don't show up for every battle like it means something. They take some battles off. They treat some battles like it's important, and some battles like it's not. And that ends up hurting them. So I'm glad that shine that kind of showed out with me, and it's helped me to get a little bit of extra attention my way. I think I want to say, and I hope that's the reputation that I have, is that, you know, regardless of who he's battling, where the battle's happening, what channel, what platform, like Griz is gonna give me something.
That's why I watch all your battles, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? When I saw you versus Sin Flea that happened in Coliseum pop up, I said, yeah, of course. Like I'm gonna watch that because I know Griz is gonna give me 3 rounds of, you know, what he wants to spit. Like you don't go exactly. in. And
Go ahead. And shout out to Flea, because Flea is super dope.
Very. And I liked him in that battle.
He's super dope. To go to like a league like Coliseum that's got some clout, but it's not URL. You know what I mean? I take a battle on a league like that and be like, nah, this is like Sin Flea is dope, and this battle needs to be dope. Because I want to be able to say, like, okay, I went to this league and look at what we put together. What happens if that's one of the best battles of the year?
Yes, exactly.
Simply has a performance that is supposed to put him in a whole other world, and I fuck it off because I decided to choke in the third because I wasn't prepared.
Yes, absolutely.
Now I just got smoked by Simply at Coliseum.
And somebody from URLs.
People, they go into that and be like, oh, well, if I die, whatever, I'm still me. Like, nah, well, why'd you take the battle?
See, that's why I don't understand.
Why take one of these battles if you're not gonna? You could have let somebody else who was gonna show up take the battle.
Perfect example. Hollow versus Ars 3 match. Arsenal took a 1-rounder in Washington the week before the Hollow rematch. And it's
the hypnosis battle, right?
Yes. I saw that and I was like, yeah, Hollow's gonna win this. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Murder Mook. I don't care if you're Loaded Lux. If a battle that has the magnitude of a gigantic rematch that us battle fans have been asking for since Fight Club, right? When you see Hollow versus Arsenal, the rematch, Smack Volume 2 in a small room, I got excited. I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go now. Like, let's get this battle going now. And then I hear that Arsenal took a 1-rounder the week before, while Hollow's just sitting there just loading up round after round after round after round. He probably had 5 rounds for him, easy. I know he did. And what was crazy is that I was outside at Nome. Hollow and Math were in the same vicinity of one another, and I was talking to Math, and Hollow kind of taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey," because we had talked earlier in that day. He said, "Hey, what'd you think of my last battle?" I said, "The Arsenal rematch." I said, "Hollow 3-0." And Math kind of looked at me like, "Bro, come on, son, you've been hanging out with me all day." Like, well, what? Like, because him and Hollow kind of have their issues, but like. Before Hollow, I was trying to tell Hollow, but Hollow had to run off. I was trying to tell him like he shouldn't have took the battle before. He shouldn't have took that battle before the week before in Washington. It was a bad move. Like,
right?
I don't like it when people, unless you're fully prepared, unless you know that you're gonna give 3 great rounds. The week before and the week after, like okay then. But if you do some cheap 1-rounder and then you come in and you feel like you wrote it sounds like you wrote your rounds yesterday, like come on, man, that's just hurting your stock. I felt like that battle kind of hurt Arsenal a little bit.
It's a risk you run. I think Arsenal's stock is fine. He's a legend.
Yes, but absolutely.
But you run a risk. Because if he'd have showed up and been stumbling through his rounds and had like one of those type of performances, and then Hollow shows up and he's the Hollow that battle left.
Mm-hmm.
And you get smoked on URL. Like, you run a risk of Hollow showing up and really smoking you bad in that kind of situation.
Very bad.
So, like, it's a risky thing. And then on the flip side, it's like, you don't know what I don't know what Arsenal got going on right now. I don't know what kind of bread he got for the hypnosis battle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the situation. I don't know if he was finished with his Hollow round 3 months ago. I don't know. Maybe he took the extra battle because he hasn't been in the ring for a while. He took an extra one just to get in front of a crowd and knock the rust off. Okay. There's a lot of different things could have played a part.
Okay.
The problem is, at the end of the day, if that Hollow battle isn't great, then the fans are going to be disappointed because they've been looking forward for too long.
Yeah, and that battle to me was.
So you run a risk. If you're Arsenal, you run the risk. You run the risk of taking that extra battle, and then it don't show up. They'll show up the way you're supposed to. Now the fans looking at you like, well, you fucked off this battle we've been waiting for
years
since fucking Fight Club.
Yes.
Waiting for the shit. Now look what you did to it. Neither one of y'all was really, mind blowing in the battle.
Now we've talked about the West. We've talked about your rise on the URL, especially on the West Coast. We've talked about a couple performances, but let's talk about some future matchups that people have been asking you for. One specific, we're going to talk about one that just recently came up, and that's you versus Stewie. Stewie Newton, which, to be honest, man, I low-key, as soon as I heard Snake Eyes pulled out of the battle, like, I was about to hit you and say, you need to text KG, like, right now. Like, you need to tell him, like, put me in versus Stewie. I got 1 round. I could write it right now if you want me to. I don't care if I just battled Fetty last night. I could do this right now. But I was like, you know what? But I didn't, because I was like, you know what? I have wanted you versus Fetty to happen for a while. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to let him do his thing versus Fetty. I'm not going to fuck up his concentration. I'm going to leave him alone. I know what he's going to do without even me having to watch the battle. I know exactly what he's going to do versus Fetty. He's going to do exactly what I expect him to do. And I heard it was a good battle. So I'm anxious to see what that looks like on cam. But when I saw the tweet of, what I'm saying, a fan said something about you and Stewie need to go at it at the Grisington Theater.
Big facts.
What do you? And then he says, what's up? And he said, what's up? Basically, he says, what's up? You want smoke? Like, what are we doing? So what do you think of the chances of that battle actually happening?
So I didn't think that it had a whole lot of chance of happening anytime soon. If it did happen, Stu is my folks, man. Like that's my people. He's out here, man. I rock with Stu. When I was up there, you know what I'm saying? Stu show love. When he comes down here, I show love. I will say Iron Solomon tweeted it yesterday, kinda. I think it put some legs on it.
You texted me that, and I was like, yeah, he's wilding right now.
Yeah, that was love crazy. I was like, deep down, man, I'm still the teenage kid who used to watch battle rap from, back in the days.
Yes.
To watch Murder Mook and Iron and Math and all the old clips. It was like bootlegging DVDs off of like the bootleg fucking internet servers and shit. Like that's
like LimeWire and shit, like BearShare.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
When you could get the video files.
Yep.
And then it'd be like a fucking it take 3 hours to download this shit, and you have like a whole Smack DVD on your computer.
I had
like I'm still that guy.
My brother had Streets is Watching on that. He had Streets is Watching the Jay-Z DVD.
Still deep down, like I'm still that guy. So like for Solomon to say, for him to even ask him like what my Twitter handle is, even like show love was crazy. So I don't know. Him saying it kind of added some legs to it. I wouldn't mind it. Stewie's nice. I smoke, nigga.
Talk your shit.
I smoke, bro, but that's my nigga, man. And I know it'd be a fight. Like I have to fight. And he brings. Like I haven't had a battle with. I won't say a guy who freestyles because that's just battle bang.
Yes.
But I haven't had a battle with somebody who freestyles. Who I know is going to. Bangs didn't come with any rounds with it. Freestyle pretty much the entire battle.
Yes.
Stewie's a little different. Stewie's gonna rebuttal and then have 3 prep rounds.
Absolutely.
He's got the added weapon of rebuttal.
Yep.
So I haven't gotten to be in front of that. So that's interesting to me.
Now
that's fun. That sounds fun.
That's something that I want.
Battle, I mean, it looks like it's a little more possible now. I'm not against it. I will smoke Stewie if he wants to smoke. And
talk
I'm sure
to that man.
Stewie would say the same shit. Stewie would say the same shit. But my slogan is way better than Stewie's, and I'll fuck boy up. No time.
Milltown Blow shirt grab right there.
Go.
Now,
Go all that.
Yeah. Let's now. The next one. We've talked about this, and this was kind of something that you wanted because this is a match that you wanted to push your pin. Now, when I heard you take the shot against Craig Lamar, I was like, really? You want to battle him? And then what was crazy is that I watched Born Legacy Supreme 2 on the pre-show, and it was our Streets versus Danger Zone. And as soon as I saw the whole T-Top thing happen, I was like, yeah, I don't want Griz battling this dude. I don't think.
Oh my God, you don't want me to. You should really want me to know what I would do to that.
I know. Listen.
So no. What's crazy is like another one. The problem you say what really makes battle rap booking me really hard to do, right?
Yes.
Is I show up to these other events and I show up and I just want to have a good time. So like I end up being cool with a lot of these niggas. Me and R Street talked after they hit me up after I took the shot against Craig because I told he had said something to me in like a post or something, and me and him we talked in the inbox for a little bit. And I told him that I took a shot, so he hit me when the Craig battle dropped. to tell me that the shot was fire.
It was.
So it was already something that was in the air, and then I took the shot, and then it was really in the air. I really haven't. It's not something that we've even talked about. And there's a lot of people. Like, there's really a lot of matchups that could happen. I took a couple shots in the Betty battle that could lead to something.
Yes, and which I'm anxious to see.
I mean, there's stuff. I mean, I'm saying I kind of feed into the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I see that.
This time at the beginning of the year, me and R Streets would have been fire. Just set up for the summertime.
You versus R Streets needs to happen.
Like, the battle would be incredible.
Yes, absolutely. Pen-wise, of course, will be crazy.
But now it's like, okay, what do you do when you do the promo? You show the clip of me taking the shot against Craig. It's been a year almost. So now it's like, okay, maybe not at this moment, not right this second for me and R Streets.
Okay, that makes sense.
I like to feed into what's booming right now. What's got my, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna get me excited today?
Like you versus Stewie.
Saying the tweet yesterday, that was exciting. The shot I took against Fetty, that's gonna be exciting right after it comes out. That's kind of exciting.
Is it now? I'm not telling you to tell me who it was, but is it someone that me and you have talked about?
No.
Okay, gotcha. That's fine. I can.
It was out of the blue, and it was something. It was kind of out of the blue.
Okay. But is it something that you really want, though?
I'm interested.
Okay.
I'm interested. He did fairly well in his last performance, and I think it'd be fun.
All right, let's see about that. Now we talked about Stewie.
I'll let it happen.
Okay.
Cali boys, let it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mo Moolah voice, let it happen.
I'm with Moolah voice. You know what I'm saying? I'm really with all of them. Like, at the end of the day, I let fans argue over what matchups make sense and which ones don't. Honestly, once they line it up, if I see the glimmer of, like, all right, I could do this, and this would be fun, then I'm taking a battle, and I'm gonna go out and have fun. When I'm on stage, like, it doesn't matter once it's on me. The way I feel is if it's on me, when the coin flips, you wrap your around. Now it's on Griz. It don't matter. It don't matter no more. By then, it no longer matters. Now it's on me.
Absolutely, as you should.
Be a broom.
Yeah.
If I can battle a broom and have a decent battle.
I believe that. I believe that.
I feel that way. I feel like I could put anybody to stand over there.
Yo, I'm gonna set that up too, bro.
I'm gonna make it worth watching that.
I'm gonna set it up too, bro. You versus Swipper Jet. I'm setting it up, bro.
Me and a bro.
Yeah,
Tell Paul Avocado. Tell him ruin your day. I will battle a fucking mop on ruin your day.
Yo, I have to be there. I have to host the battle too. I have to host that.
Call this nigga today. I will battle a mop in a broom closet on ruin your day with Avo filming it.
Let's go. I'm with it. And I'm your only hype man though. I'm your only hype man. I'm gonna get the. I'm gonna be on my quitty. I'm gonna be in your corner and I'm gonna be on my quitty.
I'm smoking all these cleaning products in this bitch. Everybody's getting it.
Everybody's done.
I'm with it.
Everybody's now. Let's get to this fantasy Survivor Series Return to LA card. Now I have only 4 matchups that I really want. I like kind of like it. It looks to me like I even booked a PG card.
There was no setup for me for this. So I'm gonna go off the top, but I'm with
that's what I wanted to. I wanted to kind of do that. So because I want you to be honest. I want you to be absolutely honest with these matchups. Now, okay. I thought about the main event for this, right? And I was like, it's a Survivor Series, so I don't think anybody's expecting like a big name vet to happen, right? So I was like, I like matchups about pins. I don't like the you know what I'm saying, the comical, like, no disrespect to Clean Paper and Young X, but I don't like those type of matchups. I like bar for bar type matchups. I like where it's just about who raps better. That's all I want to see.
Okay.
So this main event is gonna sound super fire because of what they're doing now. And my main event for this return to Survivor Series LA is Stewie Newton versus Lada Zay.
Okay.
That battle on paper sounds ridiculous to me. Lada Zay's pen is one of the most underrated pens in all of battle rap. If you watch him versus Daylight, if you watch him versus Briz Rothstein, if you watch him versus Emerson Kennedy, if you watch him versus like when he went on that whole tour of just him going from city to city battling anybody. When he battled Flacco L on Bullpen. Oh my god, dude, you have to go watch that battle. That battle's ridiculous. So that's the main event. Now, co-main eventing, because I thought about this, would be Young Griz versus our Streets. That's the co-main event for this one. And
okay, battle tonight.
The third battle would be a 2-on-2, and I don't think this would even happen on a Survivor Series, but this, if it were to happen, I think it would make sense on this card. And that is B. Dot and Geechee Gotti versus Jack Boy and Rada. And the fourth battle is something that I want to see recently, that I just saw recently. Two dudes that I just saw recently that I want to be put on the forefront. And that's Jay the Nightwing versus The Spot. And that's my card. Now, I want your honest opinion on that. What sounds good? What sounds terrible? What would work? What wouldn't work? You know what I'm saying? Because
Jay, I'll think Jay and Spot is probably one that we have no choice but to see.
Yes.
Like that's almost gotta happen.
Yes.
And I think what Jay is doing right now is pretty impressive. Like my man is rocking it right now.
Killing it.
Yeah, he's going crazy. Even though I've been arguing in all the West Coast groups that he lost both of the battles. But
I like this first round versus Brandon.
He's dope, man. He's super dope, and I think he's many moons ago, me and Jay battled in Washington.
Okay.
This was again before I went on, kind of my run. And this is Jay when he was still getting himself figuring it out. A lot of these battles, unfortunately, man, sucks. Because we've been stuck out here battling each other for the last couple of years. We kind of already did all the fire main event battles that are coming up. We already did. So, especially me, I got like 80 battles to do. Like, I feel like everybody's battled me already. So, I think he's super dope, and Spot is, line for line, he might be the best thing out here.
I liked him versus
every line he says has meaning, and that says to me it does a lot that a lot of people don't do. Where it's like he's punching when he puts a punchline together. It's like every line leading up to the punchline has something to do with the punch.
Exactly.
There's no wasted motion.
Absolutely.
And that's something that Jay is very good at creating those moments, and the wordplay is dope. And sometimes, but that's the kind of rapper that can give him a fight. A guy like Fix, where every line has something. A guy like Spot, where every line has
Fix. I thought it was Brandon. Yeah, no, that's Fix. It was Fix. My bad.
This is what I'm trying to get Fix credit. But like that's like those type of fights are the ones that Jay has to be careful with.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it's the style clash that you can beat Jay on points. Where Jay's gonna land the big shit if you can beat him on points if every line has a punch in it. So that's the type of battle that would be scary for Jay. And scary for Spot too, because the flip side of that is if you have a guy who lands big shit, he can beat out, you know what I'm saying, the constant punching because he's got the more memorable shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of style clash. It's the perfect style clash. And it's gonna happen. It's like they both have no choice. Like,
yes.
They have to get ready for it. They want to start right
Who
now.
do you take that? Who do you take in that battle?
Oh man, Barcode. Spot Barcode.
2-1? 3-0?
Spot 2-1.
Okay.
I get Jay around. Jay's too hot right now to not get around.
Okay. The 2-on-2, B Dot and Geechee versus Rada and Jack.
So B Dot and Geechee as a team, I don't know how that would work. I like the style contrast, but to see them feeding off of each other, Geechee's kind of a little more straightforward, a little more simple with the punching, the way he punches. B-Dot's really wordy, raps fast. I don't know how they feed off each other, but if they could figure it out, that's a dope team. They're both hella talented.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rada and Jack Boy are they have the experience edge. If Geechee and B-Dot figure it out, then you're not beating them. That would be the test. Is can they figure it out? You know, being how different their styles are, can they find a way to feed off each other?
Yep.
Who's gonna be the one? Does B-Dot dumb it down? Does Geechee smarten it up? Do they both just kind of do their own thing and just kind of play off each other's wordplay? Like, what's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of different ways they can, and it'll be tough. It'll be tough for them. So if they can figure it out, they smoke Jack Boy and Rada. If they don't, then Jack Boy and Rada has it.
Okay.
They're better than Jack Boy and Rada.
Yes.
If we put like the stat ranking for both of them, like they're better than both of the other two.
Yes.
But the other two kind of are a team already.
Yes.
So it's a little different now when you're telling them to like team up and battle the other two. I don't think that battle will ever happen. If B-Dot and Geechee decide to tag team, they're gonna have to battle like Suge and Arsenal or some shit. It's gonna be some big
Suge and Twerk. Oh God, that would be ridiculous.
Suge and Twerk, like a Suge and Twerk and O-Red.
Twerk and O-Red's gonna whoever Twerk and O-Red is going to battle at Double Impact 3 is going to die a gruesome death. I'm sorry. I'm calling it right now.
The excitement for that team is already starting to build.
Because O-Red is a different beast. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's tripping right now. He's been tripping for the last 2 years.
Yeah, bro. He's wild.
So I just think like that's gonna be the type of team that a B-Dot and Geechee would take. It has to be a team that's a little more established and got some clout behind it. Quiet as it's kept, it'll probably end up being DNA and K-Shine.
Yeah.
They take it out every fucking body. But
yes.
If we're doing the dream matchup, yeah, it'd be somebody like if they could get them in versus like Twerk and O-Red. That probably make a little more sense. And then even more, they're gonna have to how they figure it out is gonna tell the story.
Yes.
What was the other two? Griz in our street.
Yeah.
I'm smoking. It's a good battle though. Fuck out of here. In LA, yeah, you're tripping. And Stewie and Zay. If Lotta Zay can get a piece of that old Lotta Zay, if he can find that stride, then he loses a closeout. But he loses anyway.
Okay.
Stewie's on fire right now.
Stewie's on fire. But the reason I chose Lotta Zay and Stewie, because I went back and forth. I wanted Stewie versus Fetty. I think that would be. I like that matchup, and I also would have chose Stewie versus Glue Easy. Now
Stewie and Glue is dope.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that I like Lada Zay's like wordplay. Like I like how he raps. I like how Lada Zay raps. Period. Like I just don't think he gets enough credit.
The thing about Lada when he's kind of a momentum rapper too.
Yes.
So if he gets a little bit of a ball, he gets the ball rolling, and then Stewie will be in for a tough round.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the things, honestly, Stewie's biggest weapon right now is the fact that he rebuttals.
Absolutely.
The rebuttals have been, that's been the saving grace for him. It's been the highlight.
Him versus HA double.
Because it gets the ball rolling early for him, and then he can just build off of it.
Yep.
Because like I said, he's a momentum rapper. He gets the ball rolling. That's when it starts going downhill, and everything starts working. So if he gets somebody like Lada's going to be a little tougher rebuttal because his wordplay is a little more intricate than like a Glue. Glue might walk into a trap, and then Stewie will land something huge, and then it'll be downhill for him.
Yeah.
So I like the match. I like the matchup. The matchups are all dope.
Yeah, that's something that I want to see in LA.
We're doing Survivor Series on the West Coast, and this is not just because he's part of the team, but because I think he is probably the most underappreciated new guy out here, and that is Fix. Would have to be somewhere on the card.
Okay.
Underneath those four.
Okay. I wouldn't have him do a PG then. Absolutely.
I think it's the rap. No, I think it's because I think if he does one more, that should be it.
Yeah.
No, there's a very, very few. Even we're talking about counting stats with these PG. Very, very few guys have no vaulted PG.
That's crazy too.
I have one that it wasn't vaulted, but it dropped on a secondary base.
Which was
Geechee has one. Me and Patron. Patron was at the same event as Geechee and Hemi. But we battled first. The sun was out. The trees in the back were really stupid. So they dropped us on the right channel.
I'm gonna go look up. I'm gonna go find that.
Geechee has a PG that was vaulted.
Yeah, him versus TY on the.
I don't believe Emerson. I don't believe Emerson has a PG that was vaulted, but he had the one off that ended up, and even that one off it shouldn't have been vaulted, but the camera worked. The camera got fucked up.
Versus Young Cannon.
So I won't say that's his fault. I won't use. Against Young Cannon. I won't use him as an example.
Yeah.
But Av multiple.
Genocide, Riggs. Is there one more?
I want to say it's like 2 or 3 that didn't drop, right?
Jeez.
So you got all these guys, a lot of these guys who are like known right now, and they got PGs. They all have multiple 1 or 2 PGs that didn't drop.
Yeah.
Fix it 2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Yes.
2 PGs, 2 drops, both fire.
Yes.
He does if he puts another one out, that's fire. And you know what I'm saying? Like can't. The buzz around Brandon and Jay is warranted. They deserve it.
Yes.
They deserve it 100%. But if they're not standing across from Fix, the buzz is not the same.
The West is
it's not the same.
The West is different over there because we could be having a completely different conversation if we talking East Coast. And that's what's crazy about that. Like when I think about like the West, it's like y'all move different. I think y'all are kind of like more of like a team. You know what I'm saying? It's no disrespect to anybody on the East Coast, but I feel like y'all are more a team. Like, okay, we want to see this.
What it is that we don't have the luxury of. I won't call it a luxury. We don't live up the street from Smack.
Yes.
We don't live up the street from BC and North. We don't live up the block. We're not at all the events. They don't see us. We don't get to show face out there. All we have is the product we send over.
Yep.
So with us trying to build this kind of brand new thing, like the idea of there being a PG class that isn't from New York that is now going to be moving up to main stage battle soon. Like that concept is crazy in itself. So we kind of have to, even though we're battling each other, there is kind of a we gotta band together. It's like it's all love until you in that ring, and then once the coin flips, now you gotta scrap.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's something that they don't have. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. We need it to be. It can't be. If I go to New York and you go to New York and catch a body, right?
Yeah.
You go to New York, you go to the BGs, you catch a body. Norbs and them will bring you back so that you can catch another body.
Yep.
At the next event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out here, if somebody gets bodied, the battle gets thrown in the vault, and the guy who caught the body doesn't get any credit for it because nobody on the East Coast is talking about it.
Really?
We gotta have good battles out here. Out of all the West Coast, think of all the West Coast battles that you've seen drop.
Yes.
Think about every single one that you've seen drop on the URL channel.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
How many bodies? How many bodies? Real, like, never saw the guy that got smoked ever again type battle. The other guy wasn't good. One guy was great.
Stewie?
That guy, they put it up.
Stewie versus, not Prophecy. He battled on the same card as Nitty and Steams. I thought that was a 3-0.
Stewie and Logic.
Yes, I thought that was a 3-0.
So that's the first URL event out here, or the first one that's like the second one.
That wasn't even in Cali. That was in Vegas.
That was in Vegas. So you look at all these battles, all the battles we sent over, and you could think of one from the first event because they won't put out that type of footage for us because they're not building any of us.
That's weird, man.
So for our battles
that's
to drop,
weird.
We gotta have good battles. We gotta have fire back and forth battles, or else it's just not coming out. Because what does it help them for Griz to catch a body when they're not booking Griz?
Them specifically aren't booking Griz.
Right, and honestly, it doesn't make sense to put out a battle where Griz, some guy from Cali, catches a body, and you put it on the channel, and then nobody sees Griz for 6 months because Griz isn't coming to New York for that.
Unless you're Nitty. Unless you're Nitty.
Unless you got to be one of those guys, and then maybe your body will end up on the channel. But for the most part, we got to have good battles, or else those battles get thrown in the trunk. There's a lot of guys out here. We've been to the URL. We go to the URL PG event. We've seen it happen. Niggas get dirty. Bad.
Nasty?
And at the end of
Cortez
the battle,
boys?
Nasty. We've seen it happen. We've seen guys go out there choking onto their shit, and the other guy's flawless, fire. And the battle, and when they get off stage, the first thing they do is they look around and go, "Damn, man, that one's not gonna drop," because they know it's not gonna drop.
Dang.
Because there's no investment. Why would I drop? Why do I want to put a battle out that's one-sided? It's not worth watching more than once, and I'm not pushing the guy that's catching the body.
It would make it
doesn't help the channel.
It's not logical. I don't think that's thinking logical. Don't you want a roster full of dudes who could 3-0 anybody at all times?
See, the problem is if I beat up on a punching bag to a person who's not in the room, then the argument is you beat up on a punching bag. Who cares?
Okay. So it's like
what do you do when you're in front of some smoke? What are you gonna do in front of some smoke? Now, flip side of that, a nigga like Mac Myron, who I think has incredibly dope,
30ing people in the PGs like it's nothing,
and beating niggas to death.
Yes.
If Mac Myron was a West Coast battle rapper and he smoked Hussein the way he smoked Hussein over there, the battle would have been both. They'd have also died.
That's crazy. And the fact that and Beasley, Norbs, P, Chico, Smack, all you. The fact that Mac Myron hasn't gotten a battle since the Jeffrey is appalling. I'm disgusted.
It's crazy stuff.
J Black Boys, I'm disgusted. I'm
He's out of this
disgusted.
world. He was supposed to. He was supposed to battle. Who was it? I want to say it was Diesel. Diesel was supposed to be, I think, the Hussein battle or the Jeffrey battle, one or the other. And it is Diesel. So we told him after the battle, we was like, "Yo, bro, glad you understand in front of that shit." Oh my god, you fucking tripping. He was tripping. He was tripping. He's been tripping. And still, but to them, see, the difference is Mac Myron is somebody they can push going forward. He's out there.
He should have battled Loso. He should have battled Loso in Houston.
Why would you? You got a guy like Mac Myron, and he puts up a 30 rod. You put it out. If Mac Myron was in Cali and he puts up those type of 30 pieces, a lot of those battles wouldn't have dropped.
Okay, got you.
Because to them, it's like, well, we're not booking Mac Myron. So what do we want that on our channel for? Give me a reason to put, because it's not a good battle. Him, as good as Mac Myron has been, how many times have you watched Mac Myron and Jeff? Once.
Twice, just because of Mac Myron's bars.
Right,
First,
maybe twice. Now Jeffrey would have been incredible. Jeffrey would have been incredible too. Now I'm watching that battle 3-4 times.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is,
that's our replay value. Body bags don't really have replay value unless the guy says something that changes battle.
I don't know, man. That Barry White joint.
They won't put it out, and to them, it's like they're not pushing. It doesn't help them, so the views aren't going to go through the roof.
Yeah,
so that doesn't help them.
Yeah,
they're not booking the guy who caught the body, so that doesn't help them. So why am I putting the battle up?
Yep.
Instead, you wait for the battles like me and Clutch, where you get a good back and forth fight with two guys who have an impressive performance, and they're going to do decent numbers for it. Now it makes sense to put out a West Coast battle.
Okay.
So we got to cheer each other on. We got to band together and hope that the other guy does well, because that's the way it's set up out here.
It's just a different level. What Danny always says, it's a different level of rap out here. I think that's true.
And that's part of it too. We all gotta be on 10. So like when we see niggas like fucking up, we grab take to the side, like, yo, my nigga, what the fuck you doing? That wasn't it, bro.
We're pushing up. Y'all are pushing for classics. Y'all aren't pushing out for wins. We pushing out for classics. That's what y'all do.
Honestly, you show up to the battle like I hope I'm gonna try to smoke you, but we gotta do that against guys that we know can fight, because if I smoke you and you don't fight, nobody will ever see you smoke you.
Got you. Well, okay. Let me ask you this.
This is just the URL realm of things. Outside of that, I mean, if you catch a body on AHAT, the shit is going up.
Oh, of course.
And you out of luck. And even on AHAT, has a secondary page that they drop battles that they don't feel are going to give you them.
That's crazy too.
Billy. Shout out to Billy. Billy has screamed the top of his lungs at battles that he's had that have dropped on that fucking second page. That he caught a body. He beat Perfecto half to death. Like he beat shit down Perfecto's leg. Something broke, and they put that shit on the second page. Like it happens in even small weeks. It happens. Billy had probably his best performance that I've ever seen him have, and it dropped on a page that nobody was watching.
That's crazy.
It wasn't a fight.
That's crazy. I'll have to watch that. I'm gonna have to find you versus Patron, and I'm gonna have to find.
When you get a chance, watch Billy. Shout out to Billy. Look, see Billy even after the bullshit. I still show you love. show my inbox like, hey man, why you taking time, bro? It's all love. Yo, check like Billy beat dog shit down Perfecto's leg.
That's crazy. I'm gonna check that out. We're gonna wrap up here, but I want to hit you with some rapid fire questions real quick. You know, just something that you can quick answers. Favorite bar you ever wrote?
That I ever wrote?
Yes.
Oh man.
I have mine. That's personally of my favorite, but I want to hear what yours is, just to see if it's the same.
More than just it just being a good bar. just the meaning behind it, the more clutch than you ever be shit.
Yes. That was a moment too. That was a moment.
That's probably the one that meant the most. The one that I think is my favorite. Oh man, it's probably you know what? The premature born shit.
Versus who? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're like a newborn. You remind me of a newborn with a much gayer vibe. You're like a premature born, and that fits. All you do is get a name and die.
Yeah, that was all. The way that was set up, because you get a name and die, and then all of a sudden it's a silence, and then just a ooh, and I was like, that was delivered so nicely. My favorite bar that you
that was one, and I think probably those two, and then I can put the shit.
All right, you can. I'm gonna say.
If I gotta pick one though, because it's the right answer. It's probably not the best lyric, like the best bar, wordplay, haymaker, whatever. How the fuck. So the intricacies of it, but the more clutch you ever do shit, it's just more than the other shit.
My favorite. You versus Craig Lamar. They find Craig Smokey on street. That's Normandy and Weston. Come on, man. You talking to a kid who every weekend, if he didn't have something to do, whether it was going to hang out with his friends or whatever, or if I already did my YouTube shit at that time, I'd be watching Friday. And when I saw the Craig Smokey on street, that's Normandy and what, I'm like, yo. That hit me like, I watch that all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I understand people don't like Friday bars, but that was a fire Friday bar.
I really think that the Friday shit I did at the beginning of the battle kind of set the tone where it kind of gave me the okay to do Friday.
I like that too. Y'all gave me Craig in LA.
In LA on a Friday.
On a Friday. And the way he was like, you was swagging with it too. You was like, on Friday.
If I don't do Friday flips, like, how do I look? It's Friday, my nigga. Like, it's day one. It's Friday. It's on a fucking Friday. Against Craig Lamar. I have to against the guy named Craig. It has to be Friday.
I'm gonna need to see.
I've had the last couple of events I've had, like the last couple of battles. I feel like it's just like the stuff that I've gotten to say. That's some of my favorite shit. The Craig battle probably has the most of them that I would put like in the argument.
Now,
my favorite shit, like the fucking what's the shit? The Trevor from Fresh Prince shit.
Oh yeah, the
nigga died because the wire too long.
Oh my god, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, like the last like, I really feel like some of that shit has been like some of my favorite shit. And I've been lucky enough where it's all coming back to back. Like all these battles, we all have something where I'm like, some of my favorite shit, right?
Now, one that now today I knew I had this interview, so I was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, prepping myself, just kind of walking around, getting my introductions together. And the original introduction that wasn't at the beginning, that was at the beginning of this video was definitely off the top, but I had a completely different one. It was a lot shorter. But when I was doing that, I was like, the one bar that was in the back of my head, I said, fucking nunchuck. Bitch, I'm off the chain with a stick. I was like, ow!
That's like so regular, but it's like...
That was crazy! Sometimes
what a lot of niggas don't understand is like the bar, what makes the bar is you make it fit the situation.
Oh, bitch, I'm off the chain with a
stick. I'm off the chain with a stick, that's a nunchuck. That's a cool wordplay, right?
Bro, Danny grabs you.
When you say it to a nigga who had nunchucks out his last battle, and then you set the tone with the nunchuck shit now, so that takes the bar and makes it crazy.
Danny, like, he took your bucket hat off and threw it in the crowd.
Yeah, that motherfucker, he got a lot of nerve. He got a lot of nerve playing with me.
Yo,
You got a lot of nerve playing with my head like that.
Yo, okay. First of all, I want to say big ups to Danny because he's one of my favorite people to watch that's not battling, if that makes sense. Like, he's my favorite person to watch that's in the crowd. Like, I remember when Twerk did the against JC, when he did the for anybody small and anybody small and tested, and he threw the hat across the room.
Nigga, Danny's good. No, man, Danny, nobody can't see him on camera. It's fucking heartbreaking. It's not on camera. But in Vic versus Jay, he threw a shoe at Jay.
I have to, Danny, if you listen to this, bro, I gotta meet you when I come out to LA, bro.
I don't say that he can't see it, but the nigga threw, like, I want to say he was like, I don't even know where the shoe, I don't know if it was his shoe or just somebody else's shoe that was in the area, but he threw like a whole Jordan on fucking stage at this nigga's chain after one of the parts.
Yo! I love Danny. Yo, Danny be cracking me up when he be watching.
Man, bro, the nigga really is. He's just a battle rap. He's a battle rap fan. Whenever I come out to LA, I need to meet Danny, son. Danny's like, because I just was every time I watched the battle versus the battle first Twerk, when he the small intestine, all you hear is God damn, and he just throws the shit across the room. And you see his fucking half fly goes, nigga's fucking gut.
He's
That's
nuts, bro.
He told me after the battle, he said I had the same feeling and I wanted to throw a hat at you, but I didn't have a hat on, so I threw yours.
Yo, I'm waiting for Danny to just like, because I've seen him, I remember when he battled XL and he set a bar and he just threw the fucking hat, like, I don't know where, he just threw the hat, he just threw it in the crowd. And I see Organic and Gully like, yo, look at this dude.
Danny's fucking good. We definitely are winning in best crowd reaction.
Oh my God, yes.
Like 2 years.
You told me you are the West Coast gas station.
We're winning.
You are the West Coast gas station.
We are winning in battle rap.
Last two.
We have the most fun in that crowd. Boy.
That's what I need. That's why I need to go out there. Like, that's why I need to go out there because y'all be having a lot of fun.
We really act up. We act up on stage in the crowd. We act up.
Y'all. That's why I need to come out there. Like, for real. Like, Traffic 4.
I think a lot of what fucked up battle rap. A lot of what like got this shit fucked up is it's just too many fucking rules for the fans. Like, why do fans analyze this shit too much? Like, we've gotten away from that out here. Where it's like, man, just have some fucking fun.
Yeah, bro, for real.
And it translates totally different on camera too. Because you can tell the niggas in the room are just having fun.
Like,
it's another battle rap event, and we just we're just in there just enjoying this shit. We can analyze bars and tell you if it was great or not or whatever afterwards.
Y'all just have fun.
In the vibe. And they'd be like, oh, it's West Coast gas. Like, it's really not, because then when other niggas from out here come out here and they cook, we give them it'd be the same shit.
Yeah, like Tay-Rock. Like, Tay-Rock got the most love.
Tay-Rock.
Against Disaster.
They were going crazy. They were going crazy. He's battling a fucking West Coast legend. And they're going crazy for rock shit.
Yes, absolutely.
We just enjoy it, man. We just having a good time. We're in that room. It's not about fucking doing the Jay Black fucking recap during the battle at the end of every round, man. We'll talk about it afterwards. During the battle,
we're having fun. Yeah,
exactly.
Traffic 4. If my schedule is clear by Traffic 4, that's the move. That's the move for me. If that's I'm proclaiming it right now. If my schedule is clear and I can get out there, I'm gonna try to make Traffic 4 happen. Like a trip down to LA. That's Traffic 4 is going to be.
You won't regret it, man. We definitely make the experience worth it.
Exactly. And I'm going to day 1 and day 2. And I'm going day 1 and day 2.
I've heard anybody say they had a bad time when they came out here.
So, I think the question out of all the great.
You had questions, and we guessed it off.
No, you good. But I think the question out of all the questions and all the stuff that we've talked about, I think that the question that everybody wants to know, everyone, is where did you get the inspiration of wearing a bucket hat for all of your battles? That's the number one question that everybody wants to know.
Oh, man, the urban myth of the bucket hat.
Yes, the urban myth. I want to hear it.
I'll give you the fucking the exclusive. I've told this story before, but not a lot of people. This is a different platform, so I'll give it to you. So this is early, probably my second battle on AHAT.
Okay.
My first battle was against Flex. Shout out my brother, Trey Gang, Trey Way, all that shit. Second battle, we get booked to battle in Vegas. I'm battling, Flex is battling. Fix had his first AHAT battle out there.
And these are all Trey. These are all Trey guys. Brandon, Fix,
and Flex.
Yeah.
The OGs. Well, actually, Flex and Fix, and then I joined later on.
Okay.
But we all went out there just as people who they wanted to book from LA for the Vegas card. So
Okay.
we all just kind of rolled out there and said, "Yo, we chilling tonight. We chilling this weekend. We're gonna party it up while we out here in Vegas. We're gonna hit this event. We're gonna walk the strip. We're gonna have a good time." Right?
Bet.
So I had a hat made. I had a baseball cap made that said NES on the front.
Okay.
And I picked it up the day that we took off, the day we got in the car to go to Vegas. And I stopped at like a store to get like a sweater for the nighttime and like t-shirts, and it was hot as fuck. And they had like this like grayish bucket hat that was like for sale, and it was hot outside, so I bought the hat.
Okay.
So I get to Vegas, and the fucking hat that I had made, like they had fucked up the stitching on my hat.
Oh, damn.
So like the top of my hat was all fucked up. It was like twisted off to the side, and like the button was like crooked, and it almost like the button was sticking out the top of my head. So I said, well, I can't wear this shit on camera, and my hair's not cut, so, which it very rarely ever is. I said, well, fuck it then. I bought the hat, and the hat was like, the hat that I had made was black with gray stitching. I had on a gray and black bucket hat already. I said, well, fuck it. I guess I'm wearing the bucket hat. And I caught a fucking body. I caught a body in the hat.
Okay.
Shout out Jacato. Jacato is the reason I wear that hat still.
Really?
Because at the end of the battle, the last thing, if you watch the battle back, the last thing you hear before the camera cuts off and it goes to the AHAT sign is Jacato's in the background, and he goes, "It's the fucking hat." And like, fucking light went off. I said, "Holy shit, the bucket hat." And I wore it the next event, and when I wore it to the next one, everybody was like, "Oh shit, he got the bucket hat on." So I said, "Okay, I think this is kind of gonna be a thing now." I just started wearing them, and they look good on me. So
it's your thing. It's your thing. It's your.
Yeah.
You like the Schoolboy Q of battle rap right now.
Exactly. And then the first time I got some pussy off the bucket hat, that was a rap. That's a rap. It's a lick, boy.
Oh man, that's
I like your hat.
That's.
I like your hat. Can I wear your hat? I'm at the bar and niggas just put my hat on and get pussy up that night. I was like, well, this is the lick now, guys.
This is it.
It's rap.
This is it. This is it.
It's bucket hats from now on, and yeah, get used to it. These motherfuckers ain't going nowhere.
I got two for you. I don't wear them. I'm a dad hat snapback kind of guy. I got two buckets for you. So whenever you come down here,
I put a dad hat on. I said it doesn't even look right anymore. I can't even play around with these other fucking hats. These shit don't fucking count no more. They're not for me. I could wear a baseball cap. I wear baseball caps to these events when I'm not rapping, just so that the bucket hat feels a little more special. I started wearing a bucket hat just everywhere. And I'm like, you know what? I'm aware of just when it's battle night, just so it's a little more intimate when I rock them.
See, cause like
I can still rock a baseball cap, but for the most part, it's fucking ass.
When I noticed it, cause you was wearing every kind of bucket hat, like camo, the you know what I'm saying, you wearing the sport ones.
You know what? Yo, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy, right? Before I started wearing them, I never saw any of them.
Really?
I go to the same stores. I live in the same area I lived in since I went to high school out here. You know what I'm saying? I went to high school, middle school, elementary school. I went to school out here. I've been out here 4 years since I was little. Never seen like shelves of these shits. And I feel like I started wearing these motherfuckers, and now I see them every fucking where. It doesn't matter where I'm at, liquor stores, fucking. The hat I wore against Philly, I showed up to the venue with no hat. I left my hat at home.
Oh.
Because it was hot as fuck. I left my hat sitting on my counter because I was in a rush to get out the door and I forgot the shit. On God, the fucking smoke shop next door was like, oh man, we just got a bunch of them shits in like last week.
That's a lick.
And I bought my bucket hat, the camo joint I wore against Billy, I bought at the fucking smoke shop next door to the
Oh, for real?
I don't even know where these shits come from half the time.
That's ridiculous. Where did that California Republic one you wore against Clips come?
Every time I start thinking about like, yo, I'm about to get away from these hats. I'm gonna start rocking other shit. And then it'd be like, it's like they find me. They find me in weird ass spots, and I'm like, all right, well,
it's your thing. It's your gimmick, bro.
I'm still wearing this shit.
It's your gimmick now. Like Twerk's got the hoodies.
It's beyond, yeah.
Tay-Rock's got the oversized hats. So does Rada.
Exactly. If you saw these niggas in a hat that was different, you would go, what the fuck is wrong with homie today?
Yeah, like when I saw Tay-Rock wear that flower shit versus Clips in the rematch, I was like, okay, what are you doing? What are we doing, Rock? Well, when I saw that, I was like, come on, bro. You got some flower shit on. You ain't even Cali. You just wear. Come on, Rock. That battle was ridiculous.
You gotta wear
the big fitteds.
I will say it was the day after the venue. It was the day after the event. He probably had wore out the fucking hat already. He had wore the outfit. He didn't want to wear it again.
Which is fair enough.
So he went to the back. He went to the. I said, you know, that was the day after the actual battle was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So,
and which just makes
maybe he had the big ass hat, and then he didn't want to wear it 2 days in a row.
Okay. Now, final question, and then we'll wrap up. Top 5 dead or alive.
Top 5
mainstream rappers. Mainstream rappers.
General, we talking battle rap.
We talking mainstream rap, hip hop.
Mainstream.
Yes.
Top 5 dead or alive.
Yes.
I think if your top 3 are not Big, Pac, and Jay in some order, then you're a dummy. So,
okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of supposed to be your top 3.
Depends on where you were raised at. Depends on where you were raised at.
Yeah, I'll give you that, because I think with down there, there's a different hip hop's different down there. So
yes, very.
I'll give you that.
Very.
Who is yeah, like there's gonna be different reasons you can put yours in the top 3, but you should have those guys pretty high on your list.
This and then who are the remaining 2 for you?
And then it's like, who's the other 2?
Yes.
And this is gonna be me being completely biased because he was just my favorite growing up. I would have Jadakiss in my top 5.
I like that.
And man, that's tough. That 5th spot is tough. Like, Nas is a popular answer, but it's not really, he wasn't never really one of my favorites.
I can see that.
He's not really one of my favorites though.
Okay.
50 wasn't hot long enough for me to put him in the top 5.
See, those two are in my top 5.
I think his catalog is worth being in the top 5 though.
Yes, absolutely. Get Rich or Die Trying is a bona fide classic.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best albums you've ever.
Yes, absolutely.
You've ever had. Yeah, I would say for personal reasons, I'll say Kiss and 50.
Okay.
Then Kiss and 50.
Now, me personally, because you're gonna like this because of course he's Wes. The first album I ever bought with my own money when I was probably 8 or 9, maybe. I really don't remember how old I was when this album came out, but the documentary was the first album I ever bought with my own money.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Second album I ever bought with my own money was Lloyd Banks' Hunger for More. So
another one coming up.
What was that?
For Banks, I said Banks is probably was one of my favorites growing up.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the catalog for me to say he's top 5 of forever.
Yes. My personal top 5, you know what I'm saying, has to go off of just basically what I listen to on the radio and what I listen to, you know what I'm saying, my CD player, my MP3 player, wherever, you know what I'm saying, I had access to music. My favorite rapper of all time will forever be Joey Badass from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Not just because I met him, but I feel like, for personal reasons, his music came into my life at a really good time for me. So his music was always good. But two to 5 would have to be The Game, 50, Nas, and the last one is a tie, and I can't leave these two out because these two dudes got me through high school. You got to remember I'm only 21, so at this time a lot of like newer artists were out, but Mac Miller and Dom Kennedy, those two have to be, especially Dom, bro. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. If it wasn't for Dom, if it wasn't for Dom's Yellow Album mixtape, like, I wouldn't be able to approach girls the way I do now, to be honest, completely. I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious, man. Like, I remember when I discovered Dom, like, after a while, like, I heard My Type of Party, and I was just hearing it, like, all the time, and I was like, who is this Dom Kennedy dude? Like, for real. And then I just did my research, and I remember my senior year, that would be if you would hear me pulling into the school parking lot, either listening to Dom or listening to Joey, one of the two. And every time I would pull in, everybody, all the girls would be like, "Who? What song is that? Like, what song is that?" I was like, "Oh, that's Dom Kennedy, Girls on Stage." And then they're like, "Oh, I like that. And I was like, "Okay." And then I just started listening to what he was saying in the songs, and I was just like, "Okay, Dom, you giving me some game now." So, and basically what he just says was what he was basically saying is that whenever you're around females, just chill out. That's it. Just chill out. You don't need to be extra. You don't need to impress nobody. Just chill out. Be you. Chill out. Don't be extra. And ever since then, I mean, come on. Like, ever since then, I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but it's worked. It's worked. That's all I'm saying. Is that it's worked. And Dom is
I heard got them little Texas girls.
Texas women is very different down here, son. Texas women is very different down here. You gonna listen. You come down here once, you gonna find you.
I've heard good things.
Yes, especially. Okay, you find a little Texas white girl down here, you never gonna want to leave. I guarantee you, because you come down here, you go to these.
Listen, man, you can't be saying that type of shit out loud. California black girls listening to California black and Hispanic women hear that shit.
Listen, we have a common liking of Hispanic women as well. So I'm with you on that.
They're not trying to hear none of that shit. What you mean, Hunter? What you mean?
Yo, man, so you telling me the same thing? If I come out to Cali and I meet somebody, and I meet one of them California black girls, I ain't gonna want to leave?
Look, man, I can't speak for these Cali black girls, man. I can't speak for them. I will say they love hard, but Cali women are a different type of monsters. They are addicted.
I can tell. I can tell.
It's like, I feel like the other reason the women are they're pleasant, and that's what makes them addicting. California women is a different type of addicting. It's almost because they're hard to figure out, and that's what makes them addicting.
I like that. See, I like that. I like girls with question marks just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't know what.
Yeah, they definitely got the question marks out here. You be asking questions, you be asking your ass off out here.
Yeah, I want to be like, because Texas girls literally do, like, I've been around it so much to where it's like, I know how they operate without even meeting them. You know what I'm saying? I know how you are without even meeting them. And it's like, how do you, like, I just don't understand, like some of these girls be just going out and just, like, going to the club, posting snaps everywhere. And it's like, weren't you just doing X, Y, and Z like 2 weeks ago? I'm like, okay, all right, whatever. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is. That's how you want to roll. You know what I'm saying? That's how you Texas girls do. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get introduced to, like, a bunch of different girls, and I'll be like, I'll meet them, and then I have conversations with them afterwards, and I'm just like, and I'll know by, like, the first 2 or 3 sentences, like, if it's like, okay, am I gonna want this girl's number at the end of the night, or am I not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's with any territory. Like, if you you probably lived in Cali, you lived in Cali almost your whole life, so you know how it operates down there. You know how to, you know what I'm saying? What knobs to twist, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
right,
it's like you can do the same thing I do for California girls, but I can do the same thing for Texas girls as well. But I'm gonna tell you this: I think it's completely different. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend who moved out from San Bernardino. I think it was San Bernardino. Yes, San Bernardino. She moved out from there down to Texas, and she's one of the nicest people I know. So, but I gotta go to LA. I gotta go to the beating heart to see what this is about. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go there.
Yeah, Dino people are definitely a totally different type of person than everybody else knows.
I can see that.
All my niggas in the beat.
I can see that.
They're a different monster.
Ladies and gentlemen, for about 2 hours and 12 minutes, I've been chopping it up with one of the guys that is on the forefront of the Western Conference for URL.
Talk about it.
This guy, I'm glad to call him a friend. He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I talk to him at least a couple times a week. You know what I'm saying? He's a good dude. Either you may or may not see me if he don't come down here. We gonna definitely make something happen. But if I end up going out there for Traffic 4, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be a movie, and you just know who I'm gonna be with.
The blunt is rolled, my brother.
Yes, there it is. See, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. See, you already confirmed it. I'm good. He just confirmed that I'm good with Griz and Trade and Barcode and everything, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying. So that's what's going on. He just the battle that just came out was him versus Banks. But if you are strictly a URL fan, I suggest that you go watch Young Griz versus Cali Smoov, a.k.a. one of the best West Coast PGs of this year. You know what I'm saying? Follow him on Twitter, and hopefully I get this right because I brushed up on all of this before we recorded. Young Griz Trade, all one word, is the Twitter.
All one word. Young with no O.
Yep.
With one C.
Yes, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Follow him everywhere. everywhere. On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Follow him everywhere. He's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to ask him about your battles, tell him your boy sent me. Tell him your boy sent you. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I've been like I said, I've been a big fan of this guy for quite a while. Ever since I watched him versus Billy Boondocks on A-Hat. Go watch that battle too. I'm gonna put all of his social stuff in the description box, all that, and I will put him versus Cali Smoov in the description box as well. You know what I'm saying? To go check out all that. Griz is a good dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he was able to come on the show after his busy, initiation weekend. You know what I'm saying? So.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Appreciate the love, man. The support is needed. And everybody, man, just keep supporting, man. We got some more good shit coming your way. Griz to the main stage. Hashtag Griz.
Griz to the main stage. Matter of fact, that's the name of this episode. That's what we calling this. That's what we calling this episode. It's called Griz to the main stage. Because that's exactly what needs to be happening. Our streets.
Hashtag Griz to the main stage.
Our streets, Stewie, whoever.
Tell everybody I need smoke. I need all of it.
All of it. Not
salute to the homie Hunter, man. This Flight 96 shit is dope.
Yes, sir.
Looking forward to seeing it grow.
Yes, sir. Merch is on the way, by the way. Merch is on the way, by the way. That's you are hearing it first. Merch, shirts and dad hats are on the way. I'm looking into everything, making sure everything is all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna be sending some shit out your way. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot me a bucket hat, man.
I'll one of a kind. I'll make one of a kind Flight 96 bucket hat just for you.
Hit me with the bucket hat. It's on me for the next battle.
That's
yeah, man. I appreciate the love, man. I'm keep on giving y'all some shit. Hopefully every battle I got something that's memorable for you. And I need all smoke buddies. Niggas come see me. I need all that. I'm with all of you.
At the Grizington Theater.
Man, I don't know, man. Yeah, man. At the Grizington, if you need to be at the Grizington, you can be at the Grizington. You know that we want the bigger stages. But I don't ever mind going back home and beating the shit down one of you niggas' legs one time.
Talk your shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to end this episode like this because I wrote this in the notes, but I scrapped it. But I wanted to do his slogan by, you know what I'm saying, like doing little nuances of but making it a podcast,
you were gonna flip the slogan?
I was gonna flip the slogan, but I scrapped it. So I was just gonna end it like I usually do, which was always just, you know what I'm saying, for me, for you, you know what I'm saying, one love. But I wrote it down.
Blog after blog, I'm blogging you like that.
Go.
What are you talking about? Go.
Yes, blog after blog. I'm blogging you like that in your ear. We podcasting it like that. Go subscribe. We can market you like that. It's over. Like the podcast is over. The podcast is over. Me and Griz just talk to you like that. Time. I'm through the hat. Time. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? But that was crazy. That was crazy. Blog after blog, I'm blogging you like that in your ear. Blog after blog, I'm blogging you like that. Podcasting, or in your ear, I'm podcasting you like that. Go subscribe so that way I can market this episode like that. It's over. Me and Griz just talk to you like that. It's over. I'm done.
Hunter, nigga, Flight 96. Nigga, go.
Yes, go. Ladies and gentlemen, for Young Griz, I'm Hunter Foreman, Flight 96. Y'all know the slogan, one love.